We're back. Let's continue, shall we? So we're outside the city, going to see a Seer. See. You missed. I also missed. Thankfully, we'll never talk about this again. It was rude. Kicker. Bam. Thank you. Alright. Let's take a look around, shall we? Yeah, there's just a pit here. Is this backwards? I don't think it is. No, we definitely haven't seen this area. Honestly, that worked better than I expected it to. I wasn't expecting it to work at all. I didn't die, so that's a bonus. Ladies. Is that how you respond to a man who approaches you in the darkness of the night? And you. I hope you burn. I need one of these to die quickly. I am low on health. These are going to be frustrating to fight, aren't they? Just to give out plenty of blood. Excuse me, sir. You open the door, please. What about now? No, never mind. I don't want to come in here. This place looks lame. What's this do? I have a feeling I'm gonna need to switch that back. Eating. Can I get back up? Oh. Stairs. This box is obviously for keeping this area open. And now I switch it back. Alright. I have solved the puzzle. My guy, you should really stop standing near this window. Also, don't wear your hat indoors, it's impolite. Good. I feel like there was an oddity in the movement there for a second, but it's all okay. There's nothing over here. Checkpoint! Learned our lesson last time, didn't we? Oh yeah, Sarafan Lord. Is this where I started? Yeah, it is, because there's the bridge. Well, I'm not jumping down there. I'll just have to go back around again. I wonder if there's a door down here I can open. Okay. Oh, these doors do not open. Oh, your sword. Oh, you're not getting it back. Go try that again. I suppose the trade-off of being so heavily armored is that it's going to be heavy. And you're going to have no stamina. Got a lot of people locked up here, buddy. I'm no saint, but I don't pretend to be. Anyway, now that little detour is over. Let's
What was that?
checkpoint. All that work just to open these gates. I hope I couldn't have opened this door at any time. That would have massively defeated the purpose. Don't mind me, sir. I'm going for... You dick. I was just going for a stroll. And now you're dead. We will see what happens. Oh. I'm here for your blood. Oh, what a coward. Sending women to fight for him. Women with so much less armor. Alright, don't get greedy. You don't mind if I borrow this, will you? Nope, thank you. I do really appreciate the responsiveness of the block in this game. Like, I can block... I can press the block while they're midway through their attack. And as long as it's before they hit me, I will block. And that's really the kind of responsiveness you don't see a lot of, even in modern games. Maybe especially in modern games. Modern games would be all like, no, you should have blocked 2 seconds before that. Oh, we don't have a block, you have to parry. Don't worry, friend. I'll kill you quickly. Wow, you took 3 hits. I'm impressed. Shame that man ran over to that conspicuous portion of mist. Welcome in, Zeke. He's only twitching from the force of his blood being ripped out of his body as it flies into my mouth. I assure you he's quite dead. That's not a real death. Down. 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 Who needs glyph-powered lights? What's that doing, Zeke? This tunnel system seems unstable. This tunnel system has scantily clad women. With axes. Just want to ask you a question. A badge lays the boat. Excellent. So how is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing? I've never really played much of it myself. Not the first one. Played a lot of Transformed on Vita. Man, that was one of my great early Vita games. Dude. Yeah, I remember I got my Vita, and I spent like most of that month's money on it. And spent the rest of what I could afford that month on Persona 4 Golden. It came with 2 games. I got it with 2 games. I got it with Tearaway and Little Big Planet Vita. And I didn't enjoy Little Big Planet. Ever. I greatly enjoyed Tearaway. You can see I'm rubber banding off. Nice. Lady, your face is weird. Yeah, I still think Tearaway's best played on Vita. The PS4 version might be more accessible, but it loses a lot in translation. That's good. It is good. Yeah, I've never really played much of the first one. So like, I got my Vita, and I traded in Little Big Planet to get Persona 4 Golden, and I was like, okay, let's check out some demos. And one of the demos I checked out was Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, and I really enjoyed what was there. So when I saw it for sale in the store, like the actual physical store, because I own Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed physically on Vita, I picked it up even though it was an American copy, and I greatly enjoyed it. Damn good game. But as I say, I've never really played much of the first. I'm super disappointed that the only options you have for playing All-Stars Racing Transformed on modern systems are PC and Xbox. And the PC version just keeps giving me trouble. Like, the PC version is listed as Steam Deck verified, but it's a fucking crapshoot if that thing will work on Steam Deck. Have you ever checked out the DS version of All-Stars Racing? Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, the first one? It's actually quite technically impressive. I think as a curiosity, it's worth looking into. I don't say that because it's bad, I say that because, like, why would you choose to play it over a console version at this point? But like, it's really impressive. The developers did a damn good job with that. What is it? Runs under a custom engine. It is a 3D kart racer. It runs at 60 FPS. I feel like it plays quite similarly to the console version as well. Pretty neat. But I always have kind of a fascination of console-like experiences on handhelds. It is my weakness. And it was the era where we were really starting to get that. Lego Star Wars on DS. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on DS is also really cool. It's a little bit dumbed down for the handheld system. But for the most part, it's the entire game translated to the DS, which is really cool. The DS was a good system to own back in the day. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. It's crazy because I think it is still developed by Rare. Because the excuse I've heard... Sorry, my fucking eyes burning. The excuse I've heard is that because Microsoft didn't have any handheld interest, they were willing to let their second-party developers develop for the DS. So you got a few Microsoft games on the DS. There was Diddy Kong Racing DS, there was a Mecha game on DS. There's the infamous cancelled Halo DS. Which would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I think... I've never played much of Diddy Kong Racing DS, and it's entirely because of the whole thing of boosting requires you to use the gimmicks. I don't think I ever got far enough to see the hovercraft gimmick that you have to blow into the mic. I didn't know that. Because when it's like, scroll the wheel on the screen to boost, to get the starting boost with the cart, I was like, no. No, thank you. Yeah, that was a game I never really jibed with. Which is a shame, because I enjoyed the original Diddy Kong Racing on Nintendo 64 when I was younger. I don't really enjoy it so much now, but...
Little of value. Stories of demons roaming the canyons have scared away most of the prize pickings.
Wow, she did not give a shit. Fancy. But I suppose that's just the way early DS games were, isn't it? Majority of it was gimmicks. The big test of longevity is how frustrating were those gimmicks to use. I think games like Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow get away with it because the gameplay, with the exception of those gimmicks, is phenomenal. Phantom Hourglass probably gets away with it because the gimmicks were so integral to the actual gameplay experience. They weren't just like afterthoughts. And the DS is still a system with a lot of value to it. I said that I picked up a DSi XL recently, didn't I? I don't remember if I showed it on stream. But I've been having fun with that, going through it again. Going through like a bunch of the library again. Because the DS is a system that's just not... not all that great emulated. It's difficult to properly replicate the experience through emulation. Get back here.
Cut you to pieces.
No, I wouldn't say any game's really enhanced by requiring the mic, or really even the touchscreen. But I think it's more about less what is added by it and more how much is taken away. I think is the scale to measure by. That's the only thing with like Diddy Kong Racing, the way that just the basic turbo boost at the start of a race required all these gimmicks to be used. Whereas in the case of like Phantom Hourglass, it was a more with a word more thought out implementation. Like, you know me, I'm quick to criticize Nintendo for unnecessary gimmicks. But I'd argue that a lot of Nintendo's implementation of DS features were actually fairly smart and restrained in comparison with a lot of third-party stuff. Not like the Wii, or the Wii U, or the Switch. Alright, what do I got? Hmm. I need to give Metroid Prime Hunters another try. I never really gelled with it. But it's a game that could do with another go. Now that I'm older and more open-minded, I suppose. How the fuck am I?
Whatsoever you be, show yourself. You found the others to be easy.
I do love when people talk shit and then immediately get served. This must be the demon. Okay, so that is unblockable. You know what I remember quite enjoying that had a bunch of DS gimmicks? Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I remember enjoying like a lot of the touchscreen gimmicks of that game. I played that again on PSP later on because it's easy to emulate on PSP. Because you don't have to deal with the touchscreen gimmicks. And all the stuff that required the touchscreen is still there. It's just way less interesting that you do all of it with buttons. This is stuff like unscrew a panel and drag these two wires together to hotwire the car. And it's still there, you just do it all with buttons. I like Chinatown Wars as an odd game to look back on. I think at the time it came out, it was the highest rated DS game. And now people look back on it and seem to think poorly of it. Possibly because it's top down. A good presentation though. That sword broke very quickly. Huh. You know, I don't think I've ever noticed this before. Huh. No, I really don't think I ever have. Well, that's horrifying. Let's get out of here.
Help me, kind sir!
Why are there just people hung up here? Ninja would know. Ninja would have an answer. Well, I guess we're not going back. Oh, that killed it. It didn't. Oh, bullshit. Are you people alive again? That's fucking bullshit. Speaking of the mic specifically, Teak, would you not say that Resident Evil Deadly Silence is improved by requiring you to use the mic to perform CPR on Richard? Would you not say that is a benefit? And why wouldn't you say that? Bullshit that I can block that and like, bullshit that I can dodge that and then they immediately block even before they're done with the attack if I hit them. These weapons are not lasting against these demons. I think it's bullshit that enemies can hit me out of combos, but when I have the absolute advantage, I can't hit them out of combos. Oh boy. Hmm. There's nothing here. I'm feeling fun. Jump in the fire. Would be a mistake. One's not on fire. Hmm. Anyway. Piece of shit. Looks like we've got some kind of railway puzzle going on. Okay, that guy behind glass. Hmm. How you doing, Ninja? It does, yes. I'm also tired. Around forever. Blood choo-choo train. Man, Ninja, that's crazy. I was definitely awake and working when you went to bed. I started late as well. That's the crazy part. I hope this blows up. I hope it makes an explosion. That's the lamest possible result. You've only been going for about an hour, Ninja. You've not really missed anything. Just wandering through the canyons. We met the demons. You saw the demons. Kind of it. I suppose the important thing is that you got here before this chapter ended. Yeah, if I pull this, where's it gonna go? There, I don't know what that does. Visual plan. Excellent, I appreciate your dedication to this, Ninja. Let's save just in case. No, I said yeah. I hope my commentary has been entertaining for you. What's that? Is that? I started this today thinking, am I going to finish this today? And now I'm thinking, boy, I'm tired. I didn't do anything. Hold this switch. I used to think that, like, streaming low-key games when I'm tired isn't a good idea. But, like, I've since realized that, like, it doesn't matter what I stream if I'm tired. If I'm gonna start falling asleep, I'm just gonna start falling asleep. It ain't gonna matter. Alright. Yep, if you're missing your daily dose of mecha-chrono, don't be afraid to check out the archive where you can just listen to me ramble. Literally at this point, hundreds of hours worth of me rambling. I've absolutely had it with RPGs when I've not actually been tired. It can be a lot of thinking. Slow pace, strategy. Like I say, it can be really anything. Where is this hunk of rock? Like, there were times back on the days before camera, I really try to mitigate it now that I actually use the camera. There were times back in the days before I used the camera where I would just drift off while streaming. It absolutely happened on several occasions when we were playing Nocturne. Speaking of Shin Megami Tensei, I feel like Shin Megami Tensei 4 will be a game that you'll be quite interested in, Ninja. A lot of goodness to that. You know what? Strange Journey as well. I feel like you'll be absolutely down for the story of Strange Journey. I don't know so much about you playing it. Because... quite a bit. But I think you would enjoy the story of it. Here it comes. Yeah, but I feel like there's extra incentive if you actually enjoy, like if you're actually enjoying the game. It's like, it's one thing to be here to watch me, to support me, and to hang out with me. It's another if you're enjoying what I'm playing as well. Like with the Legacy of Kain series, I think you've been quite invested in the story. And that's been great. It's definitely been really enjoyable for me to have somebody in the chat who's been quite invested in following this story. It's been a lot of fun for me. Alright, there's switches for this crane somewhere, and I don't know where... Oh, there it is. Boy, that seems like a dangerous thing to just have lying around if dropping a rock and it'll do that. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't know if you ever got in, if you've ever been to Megumi the Great stream. Somebody Chance introduced me to. But she's done a bunch of games that I was interested in some form, and watching her play them, I'm like, this is interesting. I will not enjoy this. Like the Dot Hack games. She did the Dot Hack Quadrilogy and the Dot Hack GU games, and I'm like, I was trying to get into Dot Hack. At one point, didn't enjoy it. I'd been intending to come around to it again now that I was older and give it another try, and it's like, I will not enjoy this. And so seeing her play through it was like very helpful with that. I will never play Dot Hack.
I told him. She cursed him. I told him. The old witch. Her minions would come and slay us all.
This mindless driveling was of no use to me.
Yeah, I think RPGs in particular can be really good, because JRPGs aren't your cup of tea. but you can appreciate the story of them. They are my cup of tea. So you can be in here with me, appreciate the story of them. Oh yeah, I tell you, Strange Journeys. What a good one. Good old Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. I activate that checkpoint. I did. I didn't save. I say Devil Survivor was my first SMT game, but I always felt that Strange Journey was the game that really got me into Shin Megami Tensei. And it's interesting because before that game, I didn't really enjoy dungeon crawlers. They're still hit and miss, like, it depends on the dungeon crawler. But, like, I could sit down and I could crawl through those dungeons for hours. Good old first-person dungeon crawlers. More Strange Journey, never would have touched them. Oh shit, that's water. Just walked right into it, wasn't even paying attention. Get that again. I can play more of these. And then you play Dragon Age. And look at you now. Well, is anybody ever truly good at Mass Effect 1? It is kind of a busted system. Like, say what you will about Mass Effect 2 streamlining the experience quite a bit. Like, the gameplay is just better. Yeah. Mass Effect 1 for me is very similar to like Knights of the Republic in that regard for me. Most BioWare games, I suppose, that aren't Mass Effect 2 and 3. Whereas, like, I'm there for the story. I will turn this combat all the way down to easy because I do not enjoy it. But yeah, at this point I do enjoy a good first-person dungeon crawler. And it's all thanks to Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. The truest love of my life. Alright. That's bullshit. Shouldn't be allowed to block while it's doing that attack. Bitch. I tell you, actually, we're talking about, like, Teek and I were talking earlier about DS stuff. That's a game where having the map on the top screen, or the bottom screen, I forget. Probably the bottom screen. That's a game where having the map on the other screen is actually incredibly beneficial, giving you much easier access to the map. I spent so much of my video game life just looking at maps. I feel like I do it a lot more than I used to. That's water. I didn't used to look at maps all the time. Like when I did any of the Silent Hill streams. So much of those playthroughs spent just looking at the map. It's important. It made my playthroughs like a lot less of a clusterfuck than they would have otherwise been. What does that one lead to? Right. So I want to turn this. To be fair with Resident Evil, like, you're either barely on the ball. It does turn back, I knew it. You're either fairly on the ball with it, or it's your first time. But I feel like after your first time, you're probably never going to look at the map. Which is a real shame in Resident Evil's case, because I love the map noise. The what? Got a great map opening noise. And I never look at the map. I know my way around those games.
I'm not coming out. They're everywhere. Those horrible beasts. They're killing everyone in sight. I'll be safe here, though. Someone will come to rescue me.
It's such a good sound. Like, I feel it's underrated just how good the sound design of classic Resident Evil is. Why the fuck is a banister in the way of me using mind control? Now I have to race this. I feel like that was why it was kind of a really cool thing in Resident Evil 7, where when you use the keypad in Lucas's sex house, dungeon thing. The keypad just used classic Resident Evil menu noises. Was it a big deal? No. Was it great to have that noise back? Yeah. What have I accomplished with this? Oh, the switch. The switch that's fucking camouflaged into the brick. What's the big deal? Get out of my house. Get out of my house right now. You have been watching King of the Hill recently, haven't you? How do you have your steak, Ninja? And I suppose it's legally mandated in Texas to watch all new King of the Hill episodes. Medium rare. I think I have mine medium, but it's been so long since I've eaten steak that I don't actually remember. No, I feel like people who get pissy over that are pathetic. At the end of the day, are you eating the food? No? Then let the other person eat it however they want. Oh, yeah? I mean, I suppose back in the day, did King of the Hill really seem like a show that people would get excited over any kind of tie-in with?
Begone, Dark One. I did not send for you.
And yet, here I am.
So I see. Kain, the disruptor, the pebble in the pond who destroys all he touches.
You know me, woman?
Better than you know yourself.
And you know why I'm here?
Perhaps.
I seek information, and I must have it. What can you tell me of the device?
The device. You're playing a dangerous game. Return to your night hunting, vampire. Enjoy what time remains to you, short though it is.
I desire far more than blood. Where is the device? I will not go without an answer.
Do you so enjoy being Vordor's lapdog?
I am no man's dog, witch.
No, I see that now. I sense your conviction. I shall help you. If Nosgoth is ever to be healed, the device must be destroyed. And you, of all men, could be the one to do it. Know this. The device has lain dormant beneath Meridian for time beyond time. But now, the Sarafan Lord has empowered the machine to unleash its destruction upon the land. The entrance to the device lies in the heart of the city itself, under the very noses of the aristocracy. You will know the building by this sign. You will see this more than once, but the first one will show you the entrance to the device. No human can operate it. But a vampire could.
What must I do?
Come here. Drink. Drink my blood. Now!
What manner of creature are you? You're like no vampire that I have seen.
Who I am, what I am, is of no concern to you. Time presses. He is here. Do as I tell you. If you are to destroy the device and save Nosgoth, you must drink. Oh, good. Yes, drink, my dark prince. Feel my powers coursing through your veins. You can manipulate objects already by sheer will alone. But as you were taught, you can only use this ability at close range. By drinking my blood, you will be granted the gift of telekinesis. You will be able to manipulate objects at a great distance, and you will be able to activate this symbol and enter the device.
Bathe them in fire. Let them learn as they ride in the flames and their bones dissolve the futility of their actions. The vampire and all of his kind shall be razed from the land. This world will be made pure by my hand. I will give you the peace you seek, Kain. Your death beckons you.
He has found you. Your destiny draws even closer. I will transport you to the device. From there, use your newfound ability to gain entrance.
What of you, Seer? Escape with me. I'm in need of allies.
Am I your ally? My fate lies along a different path. Goodbye, Kain. Go! Or all is for nothing. Go!
Telekinesis. So what were we saying? Yeah, it's one of those things of like, did King of the Hill in the original run seem like a series that would ever really tie in with anything? Not really, I guess. But nowadays, everything's commercialism. Those cowards hiding behind the GIF walls. Everything's commercialism, everything's tied into something. Can we make more money off something? Yeah. And let's do it.
Strange how one's life casts a shadow far beyond one's own understanding. Here, in this alien vault, I discovered a being whose existence was entwined with mine far more than I could ever imagine.
Who disturbs me? Not one of my captors. Kain?
You know me, monster. My memory at present has its flaws, but I should certainly remember such as you.
We have not met. I know of you, of course. That you can return from the dead gives hope to us all.
I seek an ancient device of great power. I am prepared to kill any who stand in my way.
Have no fear of me. I am enslaved by the fiends that built this monstrosity to feed this machine with my life.
Perhaps we have an interest in common. I'm here to destroy the device.
Yes, yes, I can help you then. That which you seek is too great for you to destroy alone. It descends far underground. It rivals a city in its size. To destroy the device, you must seek out the being that built it.
The Sarafan Lord.
No, no, it is older. Far older. Those who dwelt in Nosgoth eons ago left some structures in their passing. The device is one. The Sarafan Lord discovered how to use it. Only the Builder can make it stop.
Do you mean to tell me that this being still lives? It's impossible.
He is. Listen to me. There is a place in Nosgoth, far to the north, where time means nothing, where hours
Thank you,
and
Ninja.
years are frozen for eternity. The eternal prison. The wretches imprisoned there pay for their crimes for eternity. The Builder is there.
The Eternal Prison. I have heard of such a place. I didn't realize it was so close to Meridian. How do I reach it?
There is a tunnel leading out of the city through this room. It will take you to the prison.
And if this Builder refuses my help?
Tell him you wish to destroy the device. Believe me, he will aid you.
I hope for your sake that what you have told me is true.
You may believe me. Destroying the device will free me. At last, I will be in your debt to Kain.
The Eternal Prison. But that is something for after this break. So we're going to run it out, and then we'll come back and we'll deal with the Eternal Prison.
That's disgusting.
Indeed. Don't go anywhere. We'll be... That's a good sound alert. We never use it. Oh, we are back. I think I was muted for that. We're back, ready to explore the Eternal Prison. We're about to find out, Ninja. Together. Man, I can't reach down. I can assure you that none of the Blood Omen games end on a cliffhanger.
You there? I don't know you. Are you a guest? A visitor? An intruder? We do not permit guests to disturb our routine. We are involved in important work here, and nothing must be allowed to interfere. This is a place where those who have transgressed the laws of the gods and man, and so created a dangerous imbalance within themselves, contemplate the wrongs that they have done through peaceful, uninterrupted meditation until they have regained the balance of their true, perfect inner nature. This process must not be interrupted for any reason until a spiritual transformation has been achieved, however long that may take. Thus, no guests, no visitors are allowed, and intruders we know how to deal with. Go, now.
I feel like that was very long-winded when you could have said just leave. No, because, like, we know what comes out. We know what comes after Blood Omen 2. Despite these events being created by the paradox that Kain created in Soul Reaver 2, after this has to come Soul Reaver. So we know where this ends up. And we know it has to end that way because while Kain experienced new memories following the creation of the paradox, Raziel didn't. Good. Spiders. Let's make it better for you, Ninja. Well, this is Nosgoth after Kain refused the sacrifice of the pillars. So the world is doomed to an endless state of decay and rot. So essentially, there is nowhere nice. We never go anywhere nice because there is nowhere nice anymore. Ooh, fancy. Those motherfuckers making a beeline right for me.
Catch you fuckers at a bad time?
They thought they did, but I am always ready for violence. Nine times out of 10, I'm the one perpetrating it. Well, I guess I'm going down. I could have called the Discord the Eternal Prison.
You there! I see you have not yet found your way out. I suggest you do so. Your presence may disrupt the progress some are making toward fulfilling the inner balance of their perfect nature, and that cannot be allowed. Heed my warning and depart at once!
Oh, that was just rude. I could have done. Nobody would have known. Nobody would have understood, though. Because who's played Legacy of Kain? Yep. That sounds about right. Do I regret it? I do not. If I'm gonna call anybody prisoner WKD 4496, like, I'm not gonna be able to say that without immediately them bashing them in the head with the butt of a gun. Welcome to your new home. Bitch. Oh, it's Chance. Burn him. Chance is here to see games that are often compared to Zelda. Ah, yes. The sequel nobody wanted to talk about. World War Dick. How you doing, gents?
You! Have I not told you that you do not belong in this place? Have I not told you to go? But you have not heeded my warnings. Now I must explain my meaning in a manner you are sure to understand.
I want your scythe. Ah, bitch. Good soldiers, follow orders. The new War of the Worlds. Gents, you know what you should look into that's like Zelda that you would probably enjoy on several levels? And Teek's gonna disagree when I say this. Alundra. On PlayStation. Not Alundra 2. The first one. I pulled a switch. You forgot, Chance is also American. I do recommend Alundra. I also will not be streaming it again. It's a good game, but it's got some of the most brutally fucking difficult dungeons. Looking try to I heavily recommended Alundra to Teek. Teek did not enjoy it. I do not recommend Alundra 2. I remember thinking Alundra 2 is one of those games that was like, I enjoyed this when I was a kid. And then I streamed it last year, and it was like, my god, this is fucking trash. And it's tedious trash. Like, I don't recommend Alundra 2. Which is a shame, because I do actually quite like a bunch of ideas it has. But my god, that game is just not fun by the end. It's just a slog. To be fair, Teek tortures himself, Ninja. I'm like, hey, Teek, play Prince of Persia The Sands of Time. And Teek's like, I only have the PC version. Why would you do that to me? And I'm like, emulate it. Emulate one of the console versions like you would anything else. But I own the PC version. I have to play that. And it's like, Teek, you do this to yourself. Nobody else would care. Oh, sweet. So this is the Eternal Prison, Chant. I mean, owning 2 thrones on Wii isn't particularly bad. Also, it's actually called Rival Swords, the Wii version. So get your facts right. I mean, I'm gonna kill a lot of people in here. I've never actually played it on Wii. I assume it has a bunch of motion control gimmicks. But I tell you what, I have played Prince of Persia Rival Swords on PSP. I wouldn't really recommend it. That's good to hear, Teak. I would most certainly suggest emulating Warrior Within rather than playing the PC version. It is 2 thrones. Like, its name is still... Well, its name is different, but it is Prince of Persia 2 Thrones. They just changed the name. Prince of Persia Rival Swords. Although the box art, I think, is better on the Wii version. I think the Wii got the best box art. Yeah, I played Rival Swords on PSP. It's impressive because it's the entire game on PSP. Plus, I think some of the extras that the Wii version has. So that's neat. But it's also a stealth game. Like, primarily, 2 Thrones is more focused on stealth. And the PSP version doesn't have good camera control. Because the camera control requires you to hold L, I believe, and then move the analog knob. Deal with your shit. Yeah, other than that, it's, wow, these guys give off, like, no blood. Which makes sense, I guess. They are skeletons. Yeah, other than that, like, it's a really impressive port to the PSP. And as I said before, console games on handhelds are my weakness. I hope you have blood. God damn it. And the PSP was great for that. It also has a port of Warrior Within, which I do consider to be the best game of the trilogy. But the Warrior Within port is rough and has a bunch of issues. The PSP is a great system, and I will not stand for the hate Klim has for it. I feel like I've been climbing this forever. In reality, it's probably been like 2 minutes. New sword. I absolutely miss dedicated handhelds. Oh, fuck. Well, there's no such thing as dedicated handhelds anymore, and that's part of the problem. The Switch is all like, oh yeah, hybrid. It's like, cool, but you're absolutely fucking awful to hold. Like, give the Steam Deck shit for its size and everything, but at least it's built around the human hand. These fuckers just respawning. And the Switch 2 is like, what if the Switch were bigger? And thus heavier. While maintaining all of its awful form factor. Look at the Joy-Con 2s. And it's like... who thought making these bigger was the solution? I can't play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on handheld mode. The buttons are too small that my thumb is hurting before I've finished a single Grand Prix. Which means I can't go, like in layman's terms, I can't play 4 races in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in handheld mode before my thumb is hurting. And then, like, you look at the Joy-Con 2s and it's like, oh yeah, you can snap them off like you could on the original Switch, and use each Joy-Con individually as their own controller. And it's like, cool, the right Joy-Con has the analog stick in the middle of the fucking thing. Who thought that was a good design? They've had 8 years to fix this shit and they still haven't. They've made it worse. Put that on the list of reasons why I'm not buying a Switch 2. But yeah, like, a dedicated handheld device that isn't aiming to be a console experience on a handheld. Absolutely worth doing. The fact that the Joy-Con 2 still has drift issues is fucking unbelievable. And so patently Nintendo. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, dedicated handhelds. No, it doesn't. It costs so much fucking more than being a fan of anything else. But yeah, dedicated handhelds means we don't really get like the lower tier development cost experience turnabouts of smaller games. And it really is quite a shame that these big publishers haven't figured out that maybe the solution to a lot of what's going on right now is to make lower tier games. It's like, I'm glad that my prediction that companies, like the publishers, would start remastering more and re-releasing more collections of old games to pad out their release schedule. I'm glad that came true. I'm glad a lot of them have been good collections and remasters. but it's not sustainable. But then again, what is? What is sustainable in this industry? I want an example of a quadruple A game other than Skull and Bones. I want to know what anybody else is calling a quadruple A game. Delay your chance. Save a bit, like, get a bit of cash put aside. Get yourself an emulation handheld. And just play old games. Play those old games that you never got to play back in the day. It's how I played Pikmin. And you know what? Good time. Enjoyed it more than I enjoyed whatever new release I bought last year. Did I buy a new release last year? I don't remember. Pretty much. I think, like, was it you who was asking me about, like, what I was playing or what I was going through, Ninja? Or, like, what releases I'm interested in? I was just like, old stuff. Re-releases of old stuff. Play Pikmin 2, chance. Put a bit of money aside, buy yourself an emulation system or an emulation handheld. Buy yourself a Steam Deck. Buy yourself a Steam Deck, put MU Deck on it. And just play Pikmin 2. Don't know where I'm going. Honestly, actually, in terms of emulation handhelds, Steam Deck really is still the best bang for your buck. Plus, with the added benefit of, like, if you get yourself the dock, it's such an easily transferable system to TV. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. That makes sense. I'm sorry. That explains why that wasn't working. Honestly, it was an accident. I thought I was using the charm power, but it turned out I was using telekinesis. Can you blame me? They both look very similar. One thing that's definitely crazy to me at the minute is the complaints I see. Like, more often than you would think, of people complaining that the Steam Deck can't play modern releases. And it's like, the Steam Deck was operating on somewhat outdated hardware when it was released 3+ years ago. It wasn't intended for modern gaming when it came out. Know your use case. There's a fucking switch right here. Yeah, Steam Deck's great. Steam Deck plus the dock is really nice. Like a little PC away from my PC. That's not where I was stood. Here's a game for you, Chance. Steambot Chronicles for the PS2. Play that. Play that instead of, like, whatever. Play that instead of Nintendo. Steambot Chronicles. On the PS2. It's a quirky game. Weird, it's interesting, it feels like it'd be right up your alley. Yeah, probably have. Not from me. Probably have. Yeah, buy yourself Steam Deck. Buy yourself Steam Deck and just emulate shit. And, even better, Steam Deck is a great emulation device. Ugh. Too lit. Yeah, Steam Deck as an emulation device is great. But, even better, Steam Deck plus the dock, you can use it as an emulation box to capture and stream from. And then that's not putting pressure on your streaming hardware. Think about it, Chance. There's nothing in here. And you can use it to replace your Switch. You say you're only really playing handheld Switch right now. But play handheld Steam Deck. It's so much more comfortable. Like, kind of absurdly so given its size, but it's actually built to be held in the hand. Great. Love it. Genuinely, like, no word of a lie, I do think that if you make a Steam Deck your next big gaming purchase, I think you'll be quite happy with it. And it emulates so much better than you would think. Wii U's even really good on it. Imagine that, Chance. The handheld version of Twilight Princess HD you've been craving. And then you can dock it and play it on your TV. You see how good I am at selling these things to you? I wouldn't mind playing through Twilight Princess HD again myself. Yeah, at that point, like $120 plus. Like, that's already a good way of them. That's already a good amount of the way to a Steam Deck that you can then just emulate it from, because Nintendo has removed your ability to purchase it from them. So, fuck them. See, I'm not telling Ninja to buy a Steam Deck because I don't think he has a use case for it. However, Ninja should download Cemu and play Twilight Princess HD anyway. Just a good game. Although before that, Ninja needs to play Ocarina of Time. I told him. Yeah, I think it's generally one of those things, though, of like, Nintendo's removed your ability to purchase the game from them, and at that point, you can't argue lost revenue. There are no moral complications, I think, in emulating at that point. Fuck 'em. I don't think it's something Nintendo particularly cares about. I think the only thing they really care about in that regard is deliberately creating scarcity to foster fear of missing out. To encourage people to purchase the next product. Like, purchase the next product before it's gone. But then once it's gone, what does it matter? Yeah, I believe I responded to that. I wonder if going forward we'll see Wii like Wii games on the online service. I wonder if they'll end up doing any of that. I think at the end of the day, we need to accept that Nintendo is a very consumer-unfriendly company, and as a result, they can go fuck themselves. at the end of the day. I don't feel like we're getting anywhere. I feel like that guy teleported in, was like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place, then teleported back out and back in again. Anyway. So, time manipulation is involved here, as you would expect, given the description of this place we were provided. Which I feel suggests that the people we saw die as part of their rehabilitation program are probably brought back to life. Be punished some more. Why does that open the door? That doesn't make any sense. Also, this is a weirdly big room for having nothing going on in it. Who knows, chance? Maybe one day Trauma Team will actually get a European release.
Help me! Let me out of here! I didn't do nothing! You can't let him get me! Help me! Help me!
Thanks for joining us, chance. You have yourself a good day at work, and we'll catch you next time. Speaking of burn...
It must be poached. It must be fried. Where is my meat? Sopping with blood, running with gore. There! Stop that. You know you're not allowed back there. Get back! Give me meat! 1,400 ounces every day, and it will be fresh and on 2 legs. Or in this case, 4! No, I've had my allotment. 1,400 ounces or 20 stone. You may go.
I like that sword. Okay. Okay, he gets up too fast. Well, I'm pretty sure he was a vampire, so he's gotta be dead now. Can I find some food? Oh, wonderful. Much better. Alright, so where are we going? Well, the water didn't do much to stop him. Do you mind? Do you mind? Is it? I don't know what I actually accomplished in here. I feel like these are just like the torture pits. I did kill more things, you're right, Ninja. I shouldn't be so hard on myself. I ain't going back up. What an odd place. They gave us a close-up this time, so surely he's actually dead now. How you doing, Panda? Welcome in. To the eternal prison. Where every day is butt stuff day. Back. Slow-mo. I'm so disappointed I can't have their scythe. I love scythes as a weapon, they're so cool. Impractical as hell, but they're really cool. But if you shut it, then who's going to chat? Man, I was so hyped when I picked up Soul Calibur 3 back in the day. And it was like, here's Zaslamel. He uses a scythe. I was like, that's fucking radical. And it was radical. And Zaslamel has been kind of there ever since. A bridge. No, not quite that radical. No! That was the riskiest thing I've fucking done. Like, that was a bold move that was absolutely unnecessary. I really wish you guys wouldn't open every fight by attacking me immediately. It's just rude. There's nothing over here. Ah. How is Ninja doing? Pull the switch. Good. Oh no, this isn't the one that opened up. Yeah, I feel that. Did you try playing Just Cause 3 like I suggested? Nobody over here. Oh, Ninja. I saw that. I ended stream on Monday and it was like in Discord, oh, Ninja's already playing RE6. It's like, you do a lot of this to yourself, Ninja. Alright, time for another ad break.
Look at those monsters!
Indeed. So, we'll run these ads, we'll be right back, and we'll wrap up the Eternal Prison. Indeed. We're back. No, we're not. Are we? Stream dying. Stream's dying a little bit. What's that? That was odd. Well, he's different. Excellent. Good work, Ninja. What about you, Panda?
Prisoner, I require information.
Just kicks this guy crawling out of his cell and is like, yo, I need help.
You are not a jailer. I beg you, release me.
First, you must answer me. I seek a prisoner in this place, a builder. He created a large device that lies below the city of Meridian.
Seek no further. I am he.
How fortunate. I intend to destroy this device. I was told only you can tell me how.
I can indeed help you. But in return, I need an end to my suffering.
Tell me of the device and I will grant you any request within my power.
Yes, the device. The device was built as a weapon eons ago when two races warred with each other for dominance of Nosgoth. It houses an ancient creature whose very mind is capable of killing any living thing with but a thought. The device was to channel the mental energy of this creature and direct it onto Nosgoth. It would attune the creature's mind to kill all living creatures except for my race. Before it could be completed, however, I was imprisoned here, and the rest of my race was banished to another far more terrible realm.
So this device was never finished, and yet the creature still lives within it.
It was dubbed the Mass. It is eternal and deadly, yet harmless without a channel for its mind. But we never completed the weapon. We needed a way to send its energy out of the device and into the land itself. We needed a conduit throughout the cities, a network, if you will. Once this network was created, the device would channel the mental energy of the Mass and send death upon our enemies.
You say a network, placed like a web throughout a city.
We never completed the network. We never used the device.
But the Sarafan Lord will. The glyphs. He is using the glyphs to channel the Mass, to wipe out the city, humans and vampires alike. That must be his plan.
If this is indeed true, you must act quickly. It would be too large a task to destroy the device itself. You must kill the Mass itself.
You said this creature was eternal.
It has a simple weakness. Blood is like poison to its system. And not any blood, but pure blood from the elder races. My blood. My blood will poison and kill the creature. Drink from me, vampire, and use my life's blood to kill that which I created out of arrogance and pride. Kill me so that the Mass will die, and the device will be destroyed.
You have suffered here an eternity, poor wretch. I will grant you release from your prison, and I will carry your blood in my veins. I will bring the Sarafan Lord's plans tumbling before him.
And Kain's just like, oh, you're to destroy the Mass and derail the Sarafan Lord's plans. I need to murder you and drink your blood. How fortunate. That's my favorite thing to do.
Moors, more tuibers. Death for the dead.
No, you mustn't! How are we to complete our work? We are doing good here. This work is important. How are we to bring these poor wretches into balance with the inner perfection of their beings if you... No! You fool! Down!
No, I just finished one, thank you, Panda. It seems we're back near the entrance.
You have ruined everything. Now these lives can never be redeemed. Our great experiment for nothing. For nothing.
Good work, guys. Oh, we're almost at a health upgrade. There we go. And for me. Later, haters. No, I don't think there's anything in there. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, what? That was weirdly presented. How is he even getting out of the water? Ah, this old chestnut. Okay, so that was a trap. Well, that was a thing.
So many enemies, both stone and flesh. I won't lift a finger! I will destroy you with my mind!
Okay.
I will divide from your entrails.
Concerning.
So many enemies, both
Hmm.
I will divide from
Okay, that's not the solution.
so many enemies, both Lad, I only incinerate you. I will divide from
Alright, I'm running out of time here.
Lad, I only
I have to figure this out quicker.
Lad, I only
Oh, thank God.
not my friend.
Hmm.
Where has he hidden himself? Where has he hidden him? Spirits have told me to destroy you. Spirits have told me
Awesome. Okay. What am I doing? Do I get him to charge into this one again? Hmm. Dude, are we doing this or what? Come on. So here's a fun one for you, Ninja. This broken statue, it's not super easy to see because of the way it's broken up and everything, but it is actually a statue of Mobius. It makes sense that the time streamer would have some involvement in the Eternal Prison.
Spirits have told me. What strange magic is this? Spirits have told me.
Come on. Come on. Maybe if I'm right here. There we go. What's odd is that Kain makes no mention of it. Did you think he would?
The fog lifts. Sire, wait.
What trickery is this?
No trickery, sire. I am your servant once again. Your champion.
Pathetic wretch. I have no... Magnus? Could it be?
It is I, sire.
How is this possible? Here, in this cursed place, was my finest warrior. The Sarafan had fallen before him by the score. Together, he and I were invincible. Until... Magnus, the traitor. Is this your reward for betraying me to the Sarafan Lord?
Sire, I did not...
You left my camp in the night to join with my enemy, like all the others.
Sire, no. I wanted only to serve you. I thought in my pride I would strike a blow that would end the war. I went to kill the Sarafan Lord, alone. I was your champion.
You never returned.
I failed you. I tried to kill him. Even now I cannot remember how he defeated me. I am not fit to serve you any longer. My mind is wasted here for an eternity. Sire, forgive me for my failure. In mercy, let me receive the release of death at your hands.
He had lost his mind in this accursed place, and no wonder. Magnus, my champion, you have suffered long enough. It is with pride that I grant you your death.
Sire, my thanks.
The jankiness of that with every vampire we've killed isn't a PC thing. It looks that odd in
Go, my
console.
friend. Be free, as the rest of us, living or dead, can never be.
It looked like he was stuck to his to the thing on his back. And so it pulls away and the texture's stretched.
You found the builder.
You are perceptive. He gave me his blood as a gift. I gave in return the gift he most wanted. Death.
You are ready to descend to the device. Time grows short. My life is drawn from me. The device is alive. You must destroy it.
What can you tell me of the creature within?
The slaves speak of it as the mass. It has great power, yet it is just an animal. The blood in your veins will kill it.
How do I reach the device?
This passage will lead you there.
I will return when the device is destroyed.
Wait. You must know your true enemies. My captors. They are not of this world. They control the glyph magic by which Meridian is enslaved. They pull the strings of the Sarafan while in the disguise of the glyph rites. They are called the Hilden, and their leader is, of course,
the Sarafan Lord.
They are powerful creatures, Kain. You will encounter them below. Beware their magic. Now, find the mass. Destroy the device.
You may toast my victory at day's end. Until then,
Curious, this creature is kept in a cage of glyph ward. So there we have it, the Hilden. Finally, we begin to get a sense of what we're fighting. But I think we'll leave the final revelations for next time. I believe there's 3 chapters left. This, next, and then the final chapter. Because I feel like that's a good enough length for the final stream. I feel like if we do this chapter now, there won't be as much left, and we'll end on a worse cliffhanger for the end of this stream. You wouldn't be happy if they ended the stream at the start of next chapter. But yeah, that is going to do it for us for today.
Humans.
Big revelations, the Hilden, the Sarafan Lord is Hilden. What the Hilden are, we'll find out properly next time. Although what the Hilden truly are, we won't really know until Defiance, which truly defines the Hilden. Here we experience them as our enemies, but we don't fully understand them. And the Sarafan Lord's great plan to activate the device and kill every non-Hilden being in Nosgoth. Which means the vampires who served the Sarafan Lord for the sake of their own lives were fools, because the plan was always to kill them. Anyway, that is it for us. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Teak, Ninja, Chance, Panda, thank you so much for joining me and keeping company. We should be back on Friday to wrap this up before moving on into Legacy of Kain Defiance, the last game in the series. Not a conclusion, really, but as fitting a stopping point as the series ever got. Yes. Yeah. Like, we all wish a sequel came out, but it didn't. And if nothing else, Defiance feels like it could be an end, at least. So let's press the button one more time. Yeah. So I think Teak's going to be on later with Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. You got to remember the full name of it. The first one is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and the second one is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. That whole Sega crossover series went through like too many different names. Like Sega Superstars Tennis, and then Sonic and Sega All-Stars, and then just All-Stars. There was another game in that as well. There was a fourth game. I never remember what it was. I feel like it was a DS. Anyway, that is it. So, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day. And take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.